Hey, what's up? Joe in Vegas here with Vegas Reviews. I am going to do a review for a show now that I've probably seen 15 times in the last 10 years. Probably, I'm trying to figure it out, but probably something like that. I went again last night. I feel that while the Mirage is scheduled to be torn down in the next year, I hate to say it, but I don't know if they're going to be bringing this show back. And in my opinion, this is as great of a show that you can get on the Vegas Strip. And I don't know how much time it has left, so I'm going to try seeing it a few more times in the coming year, as much as I can, really, because I've never gotten sick of it. And it's a combination of the Beatles' music being so good and so loved by me, and them bringing it to life. There is nothing that I've ever seen that is like the Beatles Love Show at the Mirage. It feels like you're in a dream. It feels like you're on an acid trip. It's not something I normally would like. I don't care for French clowns. I've seen I've seen Mystere. I've seen I've seen some of the other ones. Humanity, I think it was called. They're good. They're cool, but it's not something I would run back to see over and over again. I've seen the Michael Jackson one. That was good. This one is different. It's the Beatles music. I mean, I can't say anything more than that. It's the quality of the Beatles music, the sound, and they bring it to life. These are songs we've been listening to our whole lives, and they do such a great job bringing it to life. It's almost like they got inside your head, and that's always what you imagined it would look like. It imagined what, you know, Octopus's Garden would look like, or Strawberry Fields Forever, any of those songs. I'll go through the set list. There's a lot of little bits and pieces of songs, so I'm probably only going to highlight the bigger songs and skip over all the little bits and pieces because they're just kind of tucked in there for a second. You'll hear like a couple seconds of one song as it segues into another one. But I mean, it starts with "Get Back," and what they do is they tell this story, and it's really interesting, and most people can pick up on it. Not everybody's as artistically, whatever the word is that that they can pick up, but it's pretty obvious. It starts with "Get Back," and everybody's happy, and it's supposed to be Europe and London. I'm sorry, and England, and everything's going great, and then the war starts and the bombing of England, and they do a good job portraying it. And what they're trying to do through the music, through "Get Back" and "I'm the Walrus" and all those little pieces they put together, is that everything was great and kids were kids and everybody was having a great time, and then it was a very dark time in history. It was a very dark time for United Kingdom and for England, and then it was their search that they needed something to pull them out of the dark times, and that's where the Beatles fit in. And the music is what brought people back to life, the Beatlemania and all that shit that started coming. So, they do a really good job portraying it. It's so hard to explain how it is without seeing it. It really is. I'm realizing now as I'm doing this review, it's very difficult to explain the visuals. It's something you have to see. I have some pictures I took. They don't really let video, so I'm not going to post video, but they on the Walrus, "I Want to Hold Your Hands," "Drive My Car." Then they get into, one thing I learned from from seeing this show many times, I love George Harrison. I think the George Harrison songs are some of my favorite. They do a beautiful something. It's all original audio, in case you're wondering. It's not actors singing or trying to sing the Beatles. This is high quality audio that's so crisp, and you're in a dark room, and the visuals just complement this perfectly. The volume is perfect. It's not too loud. It's not too low. It gets the right amount of volume to get into your soul. Beautiful something. I mean, you really get chills, up and down your spine. Blackbird. I'm looking here at this list. I don't know how old this is because it looks like it's missing. Oh no, it's got everything. Blackbird is a cool. They do a cool rendition of that. Help is really cool. They bring in these rollerblades and these ramps, and they're doing this rollerblading up and down the ramps. They make it a real carnival atmosphere. Strawberry Fields Forever is really cool. Also, they bring out this piano. It's got all these bubbles in it, bubble liquid, and these guys are standing around the piano with smoke and making these bubbles with the smoke inside. It's really something cool. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is, God, there's a scene where there's a part where just the room gets pitch black and these little lights are all around the room and they're just blinking and you feel like you're sitting in space. You feel like these are stars in the sky and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and then this beautiful acrobats come out and this guy with this weird seesaw thing, and these are visuals you can't describe. You have to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. Octopus's Garden is really one of the highlights visually, I think, for me. I don't want to give it away, but there's a really cool effect that they do to make it look like this bed is floating on water. I don't want to give it away because if you are planning to see the show, just remember when oh wait, was this Octopus's Garden? No, I'm mixing it up. I apologize. When did they do that? See, now I'm getting mixed up. Might have been Octopus's Garden. Either way, it's there's a scene with there's a visual they do with a bed. When you see the bed, just get ready. You're going to see something really cool. I don't want to give it away on this. Octopus's Garden did have a whole underwater scene, which was also very cool, with all these dancers dressed like jellyfish, and really gave you a vibe that you were in this underwater thing. Lady Madonna, some cool dancing with that. Come Together, also just some cool dancing. Revolution, that goes into back in the USSR. I was wondering if they were going to cut this, actually, given all the hate on Russia right now. I thought maybe they would cut back in the USSR out of the show, but they did not. There's also trampolines, acrobatic stuff, tied really well with the storyline and the music. Then they get into, again, another fucking George Harrison song. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is so good. And it's so crisp, and it's just some very subtle. They really let you enjoy the music on this one. They don't go overboard with the actors dancing and stuff like that. It's more visuals on a screen, and it's just beautiful. Day in the Life, you know the story of that song and the story it tells. Hey Jude goes into Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, and then a big All You Need Is Love finale. This set list is missing one thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have checked it before. It's missing, what's it called? Here Comes the Sun. I don't know why it's not on there. Here Comes the Sun is probably the best part of the show. It is a gorgeous set that comes out with this big sun in the middle and all these guys doing yoga and this Indian-inspired lighting and flames. Just beautiful. I don't know. I must have picked the wrong set list, so I apologize for being all over there. But that Here Comes the Sun. There's a couple spots in this show that are really, really fantastic. I honestly think I'm struggling with this review because I don't know how to explain the things that you see. It's very hard to do so. And if you've seen the show, you understand it. If you love the Beatles, you have to see this show before it's gone. You have to. I go to a lot of shows in Vegas. I can honestly say this is a perfect show. I give this show a 10 out of 10. I can go see it many more times. I've seen it many times. I will never get sick of it. It is fantastic. As a Beatles fan, I'm sure non-Beatles fans would still enjoy it. It elevates the Beatles music, if that's possible. Beatles music is so fucking good, and this adds a little bump to it. Like, Beatles music is a feast for your ears and your mind. This is a feast for your eyes. It really gives you another layer to some of the Beatles music, and they do a fantastic job of it. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a perfect show and a perfect score for me, and I see a lot of shows, and I am telling you, if you're in Vegas and you're trying to figure out what show you want to see, you want to go to a Cirque show, and you love the Beatles or enjoy the Beatles, go see this show before it's gone, because I don't know why the place still, they're not selling out, and they're ripping this thing down, and I'm sure they're struggling right now with this decision of if they're going to keep this show. I hope they do keep it. I hope if they try to cancel it, some sort of movement comes along to help save it, because it is honestly fantastic. Thanks for listening. Subscribe. Comment if you've seen it. I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly. If you did not like this show, tell me why you didn't like it. What didn't you like about it? What did you love about it? I highly recommend this. This is a rare for me. I've never given anything a perfect score. This is a 10 out of 10. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the next show.